What's up, people? Welcome back to Daily Red Devil for all of your latest Manchester United transfer news and talk. And as always, we're back with a massive bit of breaking news. But before we get into that, please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. And let's jump straight on into it. So we've just had confirmation in the last couple of minutes from none other than Mr. Fabrizio Romano that Fenerbahce have just submitted an official bid for Fred. The deal is worth 15 million euros, including add-ons, which is around 13 million pounds. So 13 million pounds for Fred. He goes on to say that negotiations are ongoing both on club side and player side. Fenerbahce are trying to complete this signing as soon as possible. So Fenerbahce are really pushing to get this deal for Fred over the line. 13 million pounds. I know that's probably a little bit less than some of you would have hoped for, but I think at this moment in time, considering we need him to be gone in order to get Amrabat, I think 13 million pounds is about as good as we're going to get. The thing you have to remember with Fred is he is on £120,000 a week, which obviously will be a stumbling block for some clubs. He's on around £6.5 million a year. So by removing him, we are saving about £6.5 million in wages. We get 13 million in the bank. It's about 20 million total if you include the wages and the transfer fee. I know people wanted 15 to 20, but at this stage, I think 13 million is okay, as long as it means that we then go and get Amrabat, which we will be talking about in a minute. Do let me know in the comments section whether you think 15 million euros is a fair deal. Please do consider, though, that the only other bids we've had for him this transfer window from Galatasaray was one for 5 million euros, one for 8 and one for 10. Galatasaray are the only club who've submitted an official bid, and their highest bid was 10. We've now had Fenerbahce submit a 15 million euros bid, so it is an improvement. It is obviously more than 10. I do appreciate it's not the 15, 20 million you all were hoping for, but 13 million pounds for somebody with 1 year left on his deal. He's 30 years of age. He's on really high wages for the player he is. I think it's a good deal, and I'm really happy that this one has come through. Fabrizio Romano then goes on to say that, where are we? He then goes on to say that the plan remains clear: sell Fred, and then sign a new midfielder. Where are we? Yeah, sign a new midfielder with Sofyan Amrabat on top of the list. Sofyan Amrabat is waiting to join Manchester United. So Fabrizio has confirmed that Amrabat is still waiting to join Manchester United. He still wants to come. All of these stories about Atletico Madrid were clearly just a lie from a Spanish journalist, a Spanish newspaper. He is still waiting for Manchester United. Fabrizio says that we've got 3 players in the list to replace Fred, but Sofyan Amrabat is the top target, and he still wants to come to Manchester United, apparently. So for all of you in the chat who are waiting on this Amrabat deal, it looks like it finally is going to happen. It looks like Fred will go to Fenerbahce, £13 million, and then we will go and put in this bid for Sofyan Amrabat, which is believed to be somewhere around £25 million. So when you look at it like that, you're removing a 30-year-old player with 1 year left on his deal and bringing in a 26-year-old who's clearly way more what we need at this moment in time. And you're only having to pay about 10 million more than what you have got for Fred. So I think overall, it's a win-win situation. Yeah, I don't think anybody in the chat could disagree that this isn't a win-win situation. Very positive. Amrabat is definitely a massive upgrade on Fred, I think. But let me know in the comment section what you think about this one. Do you think that's a good deal? Do you think that this is a fair price for Fred? I know some people will say, what about Saudi Arabia? Can't they offer more money? But the Saudi Arabian clubs haven't come in at this stage. Obviously, we can only sell to a club who makes a bid, and the only people who seem to make a bid are the Turkish side. So we have to sell them to a Turkish side. There is always the possibility, though, that maybe one of these Saudi Arabian clubs, maybe Al Nassr enter the race now. Maybe they come in and say, you know, we'll give you a little bit more. Obviously, that could happen. But the key thing is here that we need to get Sofyan Amrabat. And as Fabrizio has just said, we won't be able to get Amrabat unless Fred goes. Fred is key to the deal. So as soon as Fred goes, we can then go and put in this bid for Sofyan Amrabat. So I think it's absolutely essential that we just don't be greedy. We take the money, and then as soon as that deal concludes with Fred, we're knocking straight on Fiorentina's door. We're saying, here's the 25 million euros you want. Let's get this deal done, because we know he wants to come to Manchester United. Fabrizio's just confirmed that. And he said that he is waiting for Manchester United, which is, of course, music to my ears, because there's been so many people in the chat over the last couple of days saying he's going to move to Atletico Madrid. I'm really worried. I think it will be okay. And as Fabrizio has just said, he's waiting for Manchester United. Quickly on the other midfield situation, Fabrizio has also confirmed Manchester United are still negotiating with Real Sociedad for the Donnie van de Beek deal. It looks like Donnie will be going to Real Sociedad. It looks like it will be a loan with an option to buy. That's what Fabrizio is reporting. He says, Where is he? He says they're waiting to agree a loan deal for Donnie van de Beek with Real Sociedad, and then they will sign the new midfielder. So it looks like it will be a loan for Donnie. I know that's disappointing. I know a lot of you in the chat really wanted there to be a good bit of money coming in for Donnie van de Beek's signature, but there doesn't seem to be anybody who wants to buy him, does there, at the moment? Obviously, again, he's on quite high wages. He's on 120 grand a week. So at least if we send him out on loan, hopefully Real Sociedad will cover the majority of his wages. And Fabrizio does say that there will be some sort of loan fee. So maybe they'll pay us a couple of £1 million to have him for a year. And then at the end of that year, there'll be an option to buy, but it won't be an obligation to buy. So hopefully he goes to Real Sociedad. Hopefully he does really, really well. Do remember that Real Sociedad are in the Champions League in La Liga. So they're not they're a good club. They're a good La Liga side. So he'll be playing Champions League football. Let's hope that Donnie goes there, has a really good season. His stock price rises massively. And then in a year's time, we're all sat here saying, amazing. We can either sell him for more money or we bring him back into the squad. I know it's not what everybody wanted. I know you all wanted to raise some money from Donnie van de Beek, but I think if we're going to look at this from a positive angle, at least we're going to get some money for Fred. 15 million euros. I think that's a good deal in the grand scheme of things. I do. If he had maybe 1 or 2 years left on his deal, then 2 or 3 more, then you would maybe ask for a bit more. He's got 1 year left. You either sell him now or he goes for free next season. So if you look at it like that, I ask you the question, would you rather have £13 million for Fred now and save £6.5 million in his wages, or would you rather keep him on the bench for a whole season and then let him go for free? I think everybody would go with the first option, wouldn't they? So I'm quite happy with that one. I think it will mean, though, that we will need to sign another midfielder. Obviously, we will go in for Amrabat. That's what Fabrizio is reporting this afternoon. But I do think we will go in for a second midfielder. Who that will be, I'm not sure at this moment, but I think that Scott McTominay will end up going to West Ham, which will definitely mean that, we'll need more than 2 midfielders. We'll need Amrabat and 1 more, I think. So Fabrizio's also just reported in the last couple of seconds that Fred is tempted by Fenerbahce. So it looks like Fred is up for the move, which is obviously great because the player does have to agree to go there. We can't just force him to go. I think it'll be a good move for Fred. I really, really do. It's a lot better than going to the Saudi League, I think. I don't know where Fenerbahce finished last season. They finished second, so they're in the Europa League, I think. Or they might be in the Champions League. I'm not sure. I don't know how the Turkish league works. But he'll get European football anyway, and he'll definitely be a first-team player. But at least we are getting some positive news about outgoings, and it looks like Amrabat will be coming in as the replacement for Fred. I'm going to wrap the video up there, guys. It was just a quick one to bring you this big bit of breaking news surrounding the midfield situation at Manchester United. Just to recap, £13 million bid from Fenerbahce for Fred, and Donnie looks set to move to Real Sociedad on loan, coming in from Fabrizio, and then we will go for Amrabat, who is waiting for Manchester United. Thank you so much for watching today, guys. Please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel. And please do let me know in the comment section how you feel about this £13 million bid. I look forward to seeing you guys' responses, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Lots of love and peace out.